I recently joined a group in the United States, mainly, with multiple chemical sensitivities and MCS, and shocked that although I got legal disability rights in Canada in 1997, make a long story short, it's all on my website, they don't have any real medical help. Nothing has changed, and yet the very government agencies that actually helped me, Trump has been shutting them down. And millions of lives in Canada that were saved by the help of Americans and the executives of the gas mask company in Pittsburgh. So I'm publishing a little video on the MSA Advantage P100 filters. They are the best, and every safety supply construction company on the planet carries them or can get them for you. For my face, the small half silicone face mask fits best, but the medium leaked a little bit, but it is better than charcoal. Charcoal doesn't last. Now, I have all that on my website, but this is just a little video I took to the streets in a gas mask after a doctor poisoned me in 1986, collapsed my immune system. And I am proud to say that I've been in a gas mask ever since, and I am 83 and I'm still alive. This is June 2025. I can't make this go any slower, but maybe you can. And the information is widely available. And I'm really sorry that so many are still suffering. I have legal recognition, disability rights, and our workers, our military, our men in the factories and the smelters all have the availability of these gas masks. And our smelter, in fact, no longer pollutes with sulfur dioxide that caused my disease when I was 6 years old. So I'm just publishing this for those of you who don't have a clue what to buy. I boycott online. Try to go to a safety supply and get it to fit your face. And for me, silicone works the best. I did try the 3M plastic, but it took a whole year to off-gas. So yes, that's me at 72. So if I can do it, I think most people can benefit. Okra worked for me. It doesn't work for everybody, but it worked for me and for millions like me. And if you have mast cell disease, just when I think everything's okay and everybody has all the research information, I find out so not true. Anyway, 83 and living in a gas mask since 1986. Yes, and proud of it, and I love my gas mask. And I'm doing this video. I hope it'll help some people that have multiple chemical sensitivities. And people are asking me about the gas mask I use. I recently joined a group in the United States, and although I guess they're all over the world, most of them are Americans. And I've had legal disability since 1997, and our workers and our military and firemen, I was able, with the help of the Steelworkers Union, American executives, and MSA Gas Mask, world's largest international maker of the best gas masks on the planet, got them for men in the mines and the smelters and the mechanics and factories and military and firemen. And yeah, one person can make a difference, because I did. But I didn't do it alone. I got it with the help of Americans. And those very same agencies that sent me all that research and got me all that help, Trump is shutting them down. And people with my disease are being abandoned in trailer parks and all over the place with no medical help whatsoever. I mean, this is June 2025, and I got help in 1997 because of the Americans. And Americans are not getting any help. But anyway, my dear friend Kelly, who's been abandoned by her family in a trailer park, surrounded by illegal Mexicans, partying night and day. They sure don't do much work if they're partying night and day. Anyway, she connected me to this MS, multiple chemical sensitive group, and they're so lacking in information. So this is American information, people. And after, in 1980, this is as short as I can put it, because I've got a website with my entire biography and all my research and everything that you need to know. It's there. And if your doctor doesn't have the information, it's all on my free website, and it's on YouTube. Anyway, in October 1986, my immune system collapsed. But I started to cripple. I was 6 years old in 1947 from sulfur dioxide from the smelter. And today, that same smelter, thanks to me taken to the streets in a gas mask, is chemical-free and pollution-free, except if you work in the mines and right in the smelter. But they all have the same equipment that I'm using. Okay, so up until October 1986, I took crippling attacks and I didn't know what from. And no doctor ever diagnosed me or helped me, okay? But in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada, Dr. Brian Lynch forced me to take Benadryl. He was going to cure me. And it collapsed my immune system and I became terminal. But I had a friend who worked in the mines, and he was a safety CPR expert, and he had the brains to figure out that I needed a gas mask to breathe. No doctor ever helped me in Canada or diagnosed me. It was American doctors that gave me the name of my disease as Parkinsonism. And MCS is a symptom of being poisoned. Air, food, water, beverages, any number of a billion toxic chemicals can trigger and collapse your immune system. And when Tom said that to me, that I'd been poisoned, I don't know why, but I got a picture in my head and I flew into a rage and I realized I'm not the only one being poisoned. I took to the streets in that gas mask he gave me and I declared war on our government and medical ass. And I began to fight for our workers in our mines, factories, mechanics, military, and firemen. And I got the help of the CEO, executive vice president, direct from the head office, American Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And they first sent me the bubble. As I explained, I needed to be seen. Because wearing a gas mask, they thought I was like crazy. But if you look pretty and you're in a bubble gas mask, and there was a story on a bubble boy in the tabloid in Florida. So I said, I'm going to try to get proper gas mask equipment for all of them because they're being poisoned on the job. And they're not getting diagnosed with the cancer that it causes, heart damage, or Parkinsonism diseases, and toxic chemicals, and they're dying as a result with no proper medical treatment, and they're being denied disability rights. So they sent me the bubble, and then I drove to every newspaper from Toronto to Northern Ontario, and I begged media because I had so much brain damage I couldn't make a sentence beyond the level of a child, and begged them to write articles for me to help me to get legal recognition and proper equipment for the workers. And although I was boycotted from international media, that's another story, I'm not going to go there. The small town media was enough that through word of mouth, slowly there began a campaign by the Steelworkers Union. And eventually, in 1997, Women's College Street Hospital, I sent them research, and they declared that MCS is not psychosomatic, it's real. People are being poisoned, and they need clean air, clean food, clean water, and clean beverages. Although they never use the words organic. I'm not sure why. A lot of farms won't use the word organic, I guess because the government has been fighting that. We have not had a lot of government support, but it's through the unions eventually, Steelworkers Union, not the auto workers. They wouldn't help me. But the Steelworkers Union is the one. And slowly, millions of lives were saved. Okay. Now, I tried every gas mask product since 1986. And the bottom line is, I'm using today the same last one that they sent me from Pittsburgh in 2013, and it's available in every supply shop that caters to construction workers worldwide, as MSA is the world's largest international supplier. Now, personally, I boycott buying anything online. And safety supply equipment for construction workers, they're everywhere. And if I go in and I test it for my face and my bone structure, the small works best, the medium leaks a little bit. And the best face mask is silicone. Although silicone does not bother me, it does bother some people. So I tested the 3M, and I had to let it air out for 1 whole year because it's plastic and it bleeds off, gases off. But I didn't have that problem with the silicone. And both use the P100 filters that protects from diesel and toxic smelter fumes. Now, charcoal filters, I had that for years, but it doesn't last as long as this new one. And I created a collage, and the best one is, since 2013, I'm using the same mask and the same filters. MSA Advantage silicone half mask filter P100, and I created a collage so that you can easily go in to any safety supply, and they're not that expensive, and they really do last a long time. And now, the other thing I will tell you is that I don't change the filters that often because I'm not walking around in gas, oil, diesel, and chemical factories on a daily basis like the workers, okay? I protect myself. And when I get my exercise outside without the mask, when I had a vehicle that was in good condition, right now it's a wreck, I can't do that anymore, but I would drive for an hour out of the city into the wilderness, and I would walk in clean, fresh air. And I did that every day for 30 years, as well as I danced in air conditioning. And because of my media, I was able to get all the halls and the public places and the banks and the stores, and they are all fragrance free. So I can go shopping and it's clean, except for Canadian Tire because of the rubber and the tires. They bleed off. But these Advantage MSA gas mask, filters P100. Since 2013, I've only changed them 3-4 times. So if you have my disease, and that means you're disabled, you can't work in a normal environment unless you're able to work online, and some of you can't even do that. You need a gas mask. In fact, right now, our planet is so toxic that we are passing genetic mutation to the children, and they're going to have my disease. 200 years from now, everybody's going to be in a gas mask unless we do something. And for me, yes, okra reversed the brain damage, and I was able to relearn, and that's a long story. Anyway, over and out. Get a gas mask, people. Yeah. And fight. Not just for yourself, because every day that you fight back, you're saving the life of hundreds, thousands, and perhaps millions. One person can make a difference. And God bless you. A prayer for all who are suffering worldwide. God bless.